Hi everybody, this is Spring, the fiber enthusiast. Today we're going to do a new stitch pattern tutorial. Today's stitch pattern tutorial is called Block and Offset Shell Stitch. So you can see there's blocks and these shells are going opposite of each other. So that would be the offset. Very easy pattern to do, very fun to do, and would be okay to use for garments. It would be okay to use for blankets, all kinds of different things, depending on the type of yarn you use. You could use this just about for anything you wanted to, as far as like even in the kitchen. I wouldn't make a hot pad with it or anything that you would have to handle heat with, but you could make a table runner or something like that if you wanted. This pattern is in multiples of 11 plus 4, and add 2 more to that for a base chain. So if I was just working a pattern and I wanted to start adding this to it, I would be looking for multiples of 11 plus 4. If you're just starting it from a chain, you're going to want the 11 plus 4 plus 2 more. And that extra 2 is your turning chain. So this is just a standard 4-weight. It's a lighter 4-weight, but it is a 4-weight yarn that I used for this sample piece. I will be using Just Active by Premier. It's something I picked up from the Dollar Tree, so nothing expensive. We're just going to work up a swatch, and the color is neon green, and I'm using a 5.5 millimeter hook, which is the recommended hook size for this yarn. Place a slip knot on your hook, and if you need to know how to do any of the following stitches, slip knot, chain, double crochets, those will all be in a playlist at the end of this video. So for my starting chain, I'm going to do 2 multiples of 11, so 22 stitches. Go ahead and chain 22. 3. Okay, so I now have my 2 multiples of 11. So I have 22 chains. Now I'm going to chain the 4 and 2 more because this is my starting chain, the base chain. And we're going to place a double crochet in the 3rd chain from the hook. So that's just a loop. We're going to count back 1, 2, and 3 and place a double crochet into that 3rd chain. Your first chain here, your turning chain, is actually a first double crochet. This is your 2nd double crochet. We're going to add 3 more double crochets. So place 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 chains. It was 1, 2, and 3. So if you look at it, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 double crochets. That's including that turning chain. Okay, so now we're going to skip the next 2 chains. And into the 3rd chain, you're going to place 5 double crochets. So here's our first shell, 5 double crochets. It's 3, 4, and 1 more makes 5. Now chain 2, 1 and 2. Skip your next 3 chains, 1, 2, 3, and into the 4th chain, place a double crochet. Then place 1 double crochet into each of the next 4 chains. So you will have a total of 5 double crochets in a row. It's 3, 4, and 5. Should be looking like this. Now you're going to skip 2 chains and place 5 double crochets into the 3rd chain, just like we did here. We're repeating. So skip 1, 2 chains, and into that 3rd chain, place 5 double crochets. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're repeating the chain 2, skip 3, skipping 1, 2, and 3, and into the 4th chain, you are placing a double crochet, and place 1 double crochet into each of the next 4 chains. So you will have a total of 5 double crochets in a row. Just like that. Now you're going to chain 3 and turn your work. And we're going to repeat that across. Place 1 double crochet into your next stitch. 1 double crochet into each of the next 3. So you will have a total of 5 double crochets, including that first chain 3, because your chain 3 is your first double crochet. So we're stacking our double crochets on top of each other. Now you're going to skip 2. So skip your chain 2 and into your next stitch, which is the first double crochet you come to, place 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now chain 1 and 2, and we're going to skip these stitches that remain of our previous shell and jump over to our first double crochet of those 5 double crochets together and place a double crochet in the top of that double crochet, just like that, and place 1 double crochet in the next 4 stitches, 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 double crochet stitches. So again, you will have 5 double crochets in a row. Now you're going to skip your chain 2 and into that first double crochet stitch, the 3rd stitch, you will place 5 double crochets. Just like that. Chain 1, 2, skip those remaining double crochets from that shell below and reach over to the first double crochet of your 5 in a row and place a double crochet in the top of that stitch and 1 into the top of the next 4 stitches. When you come to that last one, remember it is a turning chain, so you're going to have to place a double crochet into the top of that chain 2 from your turning chain. And here's what we're looking at. So now you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, turn your work, and place 1 double crochet into the next 4 stitches. This is the exact same repeat over and over again. So again, you have 5 double crochets stacked on top of the previous 5 and the previous 5. So you're just stacking those double crochets. Very simple pattern to remember. Skip 2, 5 double crochets into the next stitch. Chain 2, 1, 2, jump over that previous shell, jump over to your next 5 double crochets in a row, and place 1 double crochet on top of each one of those double crochets. So we just stacked another 5 double crochets. Now skip 2 and place 5 double crochets into the 3rd stitch. Which is always that first double crochet you come to of the shell. chain 2. Let's jump past all of the shell stitch there, right over to our last 5 double crochets, and place 1 double crochet in each of those 5 stitches. When you come to the end, your last stitch will be at the top of your chain 3. And here you have the pattern. Block and offset shell stitch pattern. Very fun to do. Very easy to kick back and work up while watching television or listening to a podcast or whatever. Very, very easy to do. Once you get going on it, you get the swing of things and realize the placement, and just don't even worry about it counting. You just keep going. I would recommend that you use a bigger crochet hook for your chain, your foundation or your base chain here, and it wouldn't draw in so much. Or make sure that your chain is loose, very loose when you do it, because these shells cause it to push out. So by having a looser chain, it won't draw in so much on the end. If you have made this pattern before, I would love to know, and I'd love to know what you made with the pattern. If this is the first time you've seen this pattern, let me know. I also would like to know that. Do you think you would like to make it? What would you make with this pattern? I would love to hear from you what your thoughts are on this pattern. Thank you for watching. Be blessed and be a blessing. Bye for now.